So in a girls' high school basketball game, a transgender was playing and ended up injuring three girls. Boosie has some words for this on Instagram, but first, let's go to the story with politicians.
Showing boys playing on girls' teams is anything but fair. It's dangerous. This isn't about the suspected transgender kid. It really isn't. We should all have compassion for anybody who's going through such a difficult and confusing time as a teenager. So just put him or her, or however they would like to be identified, aside for a second. This is about all the other girls on the court. They also deserve fairness. There's nothing fair about playing against people born of the opposite sex who are twice one size. There's nothing fair about getting beat up on a basketball court where the referees live in fear of trans activists. There's nothing. Sylvia Hatchell is with us, former head basketball coach for the University of North Carolina Lady Tar Heels, the fifth most career wins in women's college basketball history. In an odd way, are you happy of all the issues that you had to deal with that this wasn't one of them?
Yes, I am. And I would like to pat the coach on the back for taking his team off and taking a stand. Because, playing against transgenders, it's not fair and it's not equal.
Clearly a difference, right? Average male player, 6 feet, wingspan 5'6", vertical jump 28 inches. Average women's players, 5'6". I think this is in high school. 5'2", and a 20-inch wingspan. There's no comparison here, and obviously we can see the video. This individual we're talking about is over 6 feet tall, clearly physically very different. Do you have any idea why?
Riley, that school never even apologized for their male player injuring three girls and having the game called off at halftime. No apology.
Of course they didn't apologize. Not only did they not apologize, they doubled down on this stance. That's what they did, Jesse. And look, that's the law that Massachusetts has in place, which is ultimately the problem here. It's incredibly hard for these schools to protect these girls when they have no jurisdiction to do so. The state doesn't protect these girls, which let me just add here. Massachusetts female governor, mind-blowing, I know. A few months ago, this was the incident, the field hockey incident of Dighton Rehoboth, where a young girl was hit in the face by a male player, lost all her teeth, had to undergo dental surgery and facial surgeries to reconstruct her jaw. That is what female Governor Healy is subjecting these girls and these teams to.
Well, Healy's insane, and everybody that goes to this is insane. Do you think that there should be nonviolent resistance? I think they should just sit on the court and say no. We're not playing. We're not going to play a game against a team with guys in it and get hurt.
Absolutely, I do. Props to this coach for walking out and forfeiting the rest of the game. That's definitely a step in the right direction. I believe the girls should sit on the court. I believe the men's basketball team should sit on the court. And what we really need to see desperately across this nation is parents willing to take a stand. We need moms and dads who are willing to defend their daughters. That is what is lacking. But these parents, they're terrified, which is a travesty.
Yeah, and if I were the parents for female Rodman, I'd say, you know what, Mikey, or whatever your name is, why don't you go play on the boys' team, okay? You're hurting women, and it's not right. They need to get it together. Not a book plug, but a wonderfully spontaneous book plug for Get It Together, which you can pre-order now at Amazon. Riley Gaines, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jesse.
So this is what Boosie had to say about this on Twitter.
The female Rodman is hurting all the girls on the basketball court in Massachusetts. 2 months ago, a trans knocks a girl teeth out her mouth like, what the F? Parents need to stop letting their kids play against female Rodmans. Schools across the country need to forfeit every game. This is not fair to our kids in this nation. This is sick. They say he has a full beard. Oh my God. Parents, we have to fight for our kids' dreams and rights. Knocking our daughters' teeth out, parents, we have to do something about this simple as that. It's unfair. They need their own league.
That's a good idea. It seems to be enough transgenders that's coming out. Why not have their own league or whatever, or their own locker rooms that they can go to? If you want to play with the wig on and your makeup, cool. But you should still have to play with men because that's what science says that you are. We see studs play women's basketball all the time, but they're not trying to get into the men's league. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever it is that y'all have to do. I'm just getting tired of y'all placating to everybody's feelings about this situation rather than placating to reality. Reality is what it is, and you can see that on this court. A man who chooses to identify as whatever he wants to choose to identify is still built for tough like a man. And when you place him in the midst of women who are not as athletic, not as strong, not as fast, you're going to see a clear difference. And now it's getting to the point where our women are being injured. Why does no one care about the feelings of the ladies who have not been asked if they want to take part in this? You know, ladies, when they brought the transgender in on the swim team, they didn't ask them ladies how they felt about this, if they were in agreements with it or whatever. Just here comes the transgender walking into the locker room, changing with everybody else. And it's like, what are we doing? These ladies were at a spa. I don't know where it was. I can't remember, but here comes the transgender walking in naked, slanging and dangling, right? And the woman is like, what is going on here? I got my daughter with me. What? And they're like, well, we can't do nothing about it because they identify as a woman. Listen, man. Y'all can feel and live. We're not trying to restrain y'all from living a full life and having love and whatever y'all want to do out here. But science is science. And under that, you still are what you are. And when you place it, I feel like you're placing the LGBT, the transgender community, you're placing their feelings over reality and over what other people, like people have to coexist with each other and compromise and live together and get along. But I feel like just pushing this agenda on everybody without asking women how they feel about it, without noting when they are opposed to it. So many women are saying that they're opposed to this, but yet government keeps on pushing forward because they don't want to offend anybody or they have their own agenda that they want to push. So they just keep marching forward with this regardless of what people are saying and push back to it. And I think it's very unfair for our little girls to be playing, supposedly supposed to be playing against a team with similar competition and to get their teeth knocked out by someone with a wig on. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how you feel about whatever. I don't care how you feel. If you feel like you a shark, it doesn't matter if you feel like that. Jump into the water and tell another shark that you're a shark. Like, you go swim with the other sharks and see if they accept you as such. Sharks are sharks, people are people. You can feel like you're a shark all you want to. You can identify as one. That doesn't mean that they're going to accept you as that. That doesn't mean that you're able to just go into their, you know what I'm saying? It just, I'm tired of this whole governmental push that they're doing to force this mixing of the genders, and it's clearly making our women uncomfortable. And I don't understand why our government won't pump the brakes and listen to women's complaints about this. But this your boy P Camp. I'm glad Boosie spoke up, and I hope more people keep continuing to speak up. But let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.